Morning all. Yep, this is just an update to the Wet Steel Workshop YouTube channel. We're going to be doing more content. Please like and subscribe. Just finishing off, going to be really talking about different products I use in the workshop, different tools, my preferences, what I've learned over the years as a traditional carpenter come joiner. Not going to be, giving anything away earth-shattering. It's all pretty much what most carpenters know, but maybe it's from, you just hear it from a different angle. I'm just finishing again these boards, which are an engineered hardwood flooring. They come from Austria actually, and the reason why people use engineered floors now, especially flooring companies and carpenters who lay floors, is because solid oak floors, although actually to buy solid oak boards or engineered solid oak boards is cheaper, the problem you have is that they're more susceptible to movement, whereas because these boards are basically made up of about 3 or 4 mil. You can specify different board thicknesses, so you can get up to, I think, up to about 5 or 6 mil oak veneer, and it sits traditionally it used to sit on a plywood. These actually do sit on a ply base or a softwood base actually, and it's normally cross laminated. That stops movement, and because the oak is just a veneer, you've not got the sort of expansion and contraction that you can get with a solid board. I've recently had to go back to a house. They had a cellar which it was put in specifically to take off ground water because it's in a flooding area, and the moisture, because we'd had a lot of rain recently, the moisture had got up underneath the boards, these oak floorboards, and it had literally the floorboards had literally gone up like a pyramid in the middle of the room. So we had to lift off a section of the floor, relay it. So yeah, that's why people now tend to, you can get water underneath these, like if you've got pipe bursts or there's a bit of condensation builds up underneath the floor, they will not move. Basically the softwood will just take up the slack, and as I say, it's only a veneer. They're more expensive because of that. They're perfectly hard, just as hard wearing. I mean, it's 4 millimeters. What you've got to remember, it's still wood. It's not like a plastic laminate or a printed laminate. It is, you've got oak veneer on there, so it's still very, very hard wearing. I should think there's probably lots of different opinions about what's the best to coat them with. It's predominantly, usually, I always find it's certain amount of technical advice you give to the customer, and what they like, what they prefer. The benefits of an oil base like Osmo. This is a 32 clear satin. It's a fast drying, 4 to 5 hours from first application. The great thing about an Osmo or an oil is that obviously it's sucked up by the timber better, and you can reapply it after, if you get an area where there's a bit of wear, a lot of traffic where people walk specifically, or if somewhere where it might be in the sunshine, so it gets bleached a little bit, you can then reapply and literally sand it back a little bit. We call it nibbing it off. So what nibbing off means is basically whenever you put any sort of liquid on wood or a grain, it pulls the grain up, and what you do, you nib it off. So you take off those like the little heads of the grain which come off, and you just take those off. You just literally take them off with a bit of this is either you can do 240 or 400 grit foam pad, and that just smooths it out. So as I said, and then obviously you've got other lacquers. You've got cellulose lacquers, you have water-based lacquers. Obviously with the ecology and environment, the use of cellulose lacquers and spirit-based things is frowned upon. They're also pretty smelly. They are good products, but obviously not very good for the environment. So we are moving over to much more use of water-based products. There's some very good water-based lacquers. I've used them. Again, very good, and you know, you can reapply. Also, you can sand them off. You tend to get a slightly different. It's a different feel than an oil-based thing. But anyway, that's just the today's blog, and yeah, like and subscribe. Thank you very much.